Hey, everybody. I hope you're doing well. God bless you. So happy to see you. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend a little time with me. All right, I'm looking a way to top off this week. I've been talking about sex stuff all week long. I went from witchcraft last week to sex stuff. I'm trying to find a middle ground, but I'm going accordingly as the Lord is leading me. He said that, my people are shackled and they need to be set free and that He's coming soon and He needs to take as many of you as He possibly can because the enemy is also fighting against them to take you also. So, which way are you going? You've got choices to make, all right, you guys? But today, just a little something different to top off the week. We'll see what happens next week. We're going to talk today about sexual kinks and fetishes. Sexual kinks and fetishes. And I know it's happening out in the world and in these streets. And if it is, I know it's probably twice the amount, if not 3 or 4 times the amount in the church, because that's just how it goes. I forget where some statistics I saw earlier this week. Was it in the Bible Belt? I think in regards to porn and masturbation, you guys, that it is heavy in the Bible Belt areas, but in, other areas, it's, not as much. Places like Utah, down in the Bible Belt, down in the southern states, it is heavy, you guys. And so I know it's happening in the church. I know it's happening in the church. All right, you guys. So people are into their kinky stuff, into their fetishes and different things that they like. And so I don't know why. I had the song of Joe in my mind. Was it I Want to Know What Turns You On? That particular song, if you know, you know. If you don't know, don't worry about it. Be saved and sanctified and leave it alone. But alas, if you do know it, then you know what I'm talking about. Him wanting to know what turns you on, okay? And there's a lot of guys, a lot of girls out there, they want to know what turns you on so they can do what you want to do. All right? They want to please you. All right? So here in the bedroom, married people, I guess this is primarily for you. And again, people out there, you guys are fornicating. I'm going to call it what it is. Y'all are out there too in these streets doing all this stuff. So number one, this is from an article I saw. Let me put this out here first. An article I saw from cosmopolitan.com, and it is entitled 47 Kinks, Fetishes, and Terms You Should Absolutely Know. It's from this past May, here in 2023, 3 different authors, these lovely ladies. It's an ultimate kinkster's glossary is what they termed it. And so I'm sure if you want, you can go look it up for yourself, but maybe I'll turn this into a multiple part, just something so you guys can learn and be aware of that this is what's happening and going on in the world around us. All right. And if it's happening in the world around us, it is happening in these streets also as well. And in the church. And you guys are probably doing it at home and don't know it. Or your spouse may have a fetish and you don't know about it and you need to know. Because, yeah, there's a lot of people out here practicing their kinks and fetishes. And then, what happened to them? I had a lot of clients like that in the place I used to work. And guess what happened to them? They got locked up and they can't get out. That one song by Akon, got locked up and won't let me out. All right, you guys, jumping into this. I'm having too much fun with this, but yeah. Role playing. I guess that can be safe. Role play. I think that should be fun between the husband and the wife. Y'all figure out what's good for you. You want to play nurse doctor. You want to play, hey, fireman, and somebody's stuck in a building. Help. I need help. Y'all figure out what you want to do and, make it fun. But again, feel comfortable with each other and don't be doing things, I guess, then that would make the other partner feel uncomfortable. So that would be role play. Objectification, not something I necessarily agree with because, yeah, it talks about as a kink or a fetish. Objectification refers to arousal by being dehumanized. I don't wish to be dehumanized. It doesn't sit well with me, and I'm not trying to dehumanize you. Why are you getting a rush off of that? But anyhow, there's people that, they get off of that. So being aware of that. Mm-hmm. All right. Objecticum kink. Objecticum kink. Not the same thing as objectification. Those with objecticum fantasies have sexual relationships with or an attraction to inanimate objects. So those girls, at home with your play toys that are getting better than, what you would get out in these streets. Or, guys also as well. I'm sure there's things for guys also. I don't, yeah, I won't go down that road today. But they have fantasies with those, and that's where they are. Um, Pregnancy fetish. There are individuals that are turned on by persons with who are pregnant. of them, with the bellies and everything, the breastfeeding and the milk and everything that goes along with being pregnant and thereafter. There are people that have fetishes for that, and they may be looking for women specifically who are pregnant, or in those phases and stages, and, they're wanting to have sexual relations with them. A breeding kink. Breeding kink. This is number 5, you guys. A breeding kink refers to being into sex that could result in pregnancy. Could. All right. So they're not using any type of protection whatsoever. They're doing what they do. And, if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, great. But this is what's happening here. And it's oftentimes, there's a high risk for pregnancy, high risk for diseases and things of that nature. Yeah. Exhibitionism. I had clients with this. Exhibitionism. All right. Person feels sexually aroused at the idea or reality of being seen naked. So they'll go out. You have those people who they call them flashers, is what I grew up learning. These people who go out and then they just flash themselves in public. I had clients that have never had sex with anybody, you guys. Never. They're pure virgins, but they ended up getting arrested because, multiple times of exhibitionism and, got arrested in jail. And after jail here, now you have to go do a whole program. Yeah. And they were young, sadly enough, young, but this is how they were. Yeah. Uh, Voyeurism. So you're not flashing, you're peeking. These are the people who set up cameras. Now they have cameras these days, and they can peek through the cameras in your rooms, or they're peeking through doors or windows or whatever. These are these people. So this would be voyeurism, excitement from watching others. All right. What else do they have here? Number 8, temperature play. I don't want to make this too long. Sexual activity that involves elements of temperature. So temperature play is an erotic form of consensual sensation play that often is carried out by people who engage in BDSM play or kink sex. And we'll learn about BDSM in time to come. The Lord spoke to me some stuff about that, and we'll share with that another time. So again, just elements of heat and cold, whether, people, they'll use ice, or maybe they'll take something hot and, warm, whatever. Some people, that's just them. They need that in order to have, be sexually aroused. They need that in order to orgasm and all that kind of stuff. Some people it's just for play. Other people it's a need. It's a full-blown need. All right. Number 9, foot fetish. I've had clients like this too, you guys. The reason why so many people, we got to wear closed-toed shoes to work. Why? Because people have foot fetishes. All right. I've had guy friends, foot fetishes. They didn't give 2 sticks whether your nails were done. If you got yourself a manicure, they were concerned about your toes. Oh, you didn't get your toes done? Why? They would be full-blown upset. Why aren't your toes done? Oh my goodness. I'm having flashbacks right now, you guys. That was their primary thing. All right. And the shoes that you wore, what type of shoes you wore, then if your nails were done, and that's what mattered. Some guys, that's big. All right. And so foot fetishes are shockingly common, you guys, and usually seen in people so men, usually seen in men. And there's, that's just where they are. What else? They'll kiss your feet, massage your feet. I think, was it just this past week? I think it was on, you'll probably see the videos on TikTok or like Instagram. Was it Certified Samson? He does all these parodies. I think it's, Caribbean guy. I forget what island he's from, but all these Caribbean parodies, of what could happen. And that was one of them. It was like 2 or 3 parts to it. It was hilarious. I thought as much, but yeah. All right. Nylon fetish. There's people who are addicted to, seeing people in nylons and stockings. People don't wear a lot of stockings these days, or nylons as this is called. But back in the day, that was a very popular thing. But still, people are still attracted to this. This is a fetish for them. And, you ladies, you may put on nylons, or even guys too. They put this stuff on, and, they do their thing, and, they're attracted to that. Yeah. What else do we have here? Breath, and I'm going to stop here. This is number 11. Breath play refers to, again, BDSM practice of having your breathing restricted during sexual activity. So those people who like to choke you out, who like to pretend choking people out. I have had clients that have done this, and they ended up in the popo. Why? Because their client the person that they were with did not wake up. They choked them out and thought they would come back and they would revive them, and they did not come back, you guys. Be careful. Be careful of what you do. Be careful of what you've got going on in the bedroom. So this is our part one. All right. I'm just making you guys aware of what's out here, the different kinks and the different fetishes that people are engaging in. And I know if it's happening in the world, it's happening in the church. And I want to talk about it because I don't see a lot of people talking about it, much less people in the church. And we need to be aware of, what's going on, out here, and then what's happening at home. Stop hiding. Be open with your spouse, your husband, your wife, however you may feel about certain things, talk about sex with your partner. Don't be closeted about it. Talk with them, see what they have to say, your likes, your dislikes. You should be sitting down and with your partner and analyzing with them, where you are, maybe once a week or once a month, what you liked, what you didn't like. How can we improve our sexual relationship as husband and wife? You other people, I'm not even worried about you because you shouldn't even be having sex right now. I'm just saying that. I'm not trying to judge you. Please, I am not judging you at all. All I'm saying is that you shouldn't be having sex according to the good Lord, according to the word of God. You should not be having sex right now. Sex is meant for two people, husband and wife, man and woman. That's it. All right, you guys. And if you're not married, then this doesn't apply to you. So married people, all right, please sit down and have, oftentimes talk with your spouse, what works and what doesn't work, and how you can improve, things you need to let go of so that you can have a healthy sexual relationship, have a healthy relationship overall. And yeah, because this is a big thing, especially I would think for men also as well, in regards to reasons why marriages break down, especially women. You get older, you have children, they're there, there's work, there's so much things that are happening and going on, and you get caught up and, you forget, the men is there. This is a high priority for men, ladies. Sex is a big thing for our husbands, and you need to be concerned about your husband. All right, ladies, and if you are planning to get married, this is knowledge for you. Be concerned about your husband, planning ahead of time. Okay, so I'm going to have this conversation with my husband or my husband to be, and see what he has to say. What are his likes? What are his dislikes? What does he not want? Or maybe you guys are novices and you don't know anything about sex. Where then if that's the case, then you need to be reading a human sexuality book and knowing about sex. If your parents didn't talk to you about it, if your family members, no friends, no nothing, and you know nothing going into this, make sure, and I guess I will do a video about that another day. Sit down, take time and learn for yourself. There is absolutely no reason why in this modern day and age, with technology blazing everywhere around us, that you don't know anything. If you want to know, look it up. There are books in bookstores. There are slides on Google. Look it up, and you may see more than what you're bargaining for. But again, at least you have some idea as to what's what. But please, I beg you, educate yourself so that you can know and you're getting ready to walk into your marriage. Or if you're married, you guys may be stale and be doing the same things that you've been doing since you got married 30 years ago. You need to take time and learn, evaluate your relationship. Do what's good for you guys. Maybe learn new things, try different things. All right, you guys, I'm putting this out there. Yeah. All right. I'm done. I love you guys. And know that Jesus loves you even more. Know that God created sex. He created for husband and wives. He wants you to enjoy yourselves and, be pleased in each other. There are Bible texts that talk about it. There's a whole book. What is it? Why? That Solomon wrote. My goodness, Songs of Solomon. Yes, I think that's it. I'm getting a blank right now. And there's that though, but enjoy the wife of your youth. The Bible talks about it. It's all over the place. Enjoy the wife of your youth. Women, be there. Be a good wife to your husband. Enjoy your husband. Husbands, enjoy your wives. Be happy. Enjoy each other. All right? And don't be so pent up and caught up. And, anyhow, I won't be descriptive. But yeah, love each other. All right? Take care. This will be part one. We'll do a part two again and learning about more stuff. And I think we'll start off with, that was number 11. I think BDSM is next. But again, this article is out. If you want to go read it for yourself, go ahead and familiarize yourself with the kinks and fetishes of the world, because I know it's here in the church. All right, you guys. And if it's healthy, hey, and if it's not, maybe you need to leave that alone. Maybe you need to go and get help. Maybe this is go and get some help if you need to, if you're overboard and doing things that you shouldn't be doing and you're hiding. All right. I love you guys. Take care. Ciao.